Hi, welcome to No Construction. This morning at Commissioner's Court, I was corrected and warned for on my last speech at the very last part where I said STFU, uh, and I shouldn't have said it. It was wrong, and I knew it was a risk. I could have easily been banned, but again, no one's paying attention, really caring what I. Well, I guess there are now people I found out last week that care about what I say. But as far as what the county does or the cities, they don't. I mean, they'll pay attention to an outsider, not somebody just coming to the county. But I'm talking about contractors and all sorts of stuff. That's going to really do nothing but raise our debt, our taxes, uh, in some ways both at the same time, and make everybody's lives miserable and destroy some of them in the process. So, I was corrected on that, and it sounded like they were a little offended I said it to begin with, but it sounded like more they were more upset I played on their ignorance. And I don't feel bad about that. That was kind of the intention. That was the intention. Uh, I mean, they play on everybody else's ignorance, you know, when it's played on them. Oh no, stop the presses. We can't have that. We can't have a citizen getting a point across in a way that we cannot ignore. You know, I mean, I could be wrong, but the point is, they didn't like what I said, and they're correcting me on it. And my problem is, twice since last October, which would be October 2017, uh, 14th of the month, that month, I believe, is the first time I went to Commissioner's Court. Since then, they have tried to bypass, well, not really bypass, ignore court ordered injunction for specifically for low water crossing. Oh, that's all right by the lawyers, but telling people that are trying to correct me behind, well, not really behind closed doors, but out of the public eye, correct me. You know, yeah, that's where they draw the line. And I'm simply telling them again. It was the second time I did it. Um, that you want to correct me, and you work for the county, you work for the government. Go up to that podium and say so. Or if you're on the court or city council, say so in your microphone. Hey, I disagree with that. You know, I would think freedom of speech goes both ways. Uh, and yeah, it's kind of a freedom of speech thing. As far as my concern is freedom of speech, I should be able to say the F word repeatedly for 3 minutes or whatever. You know, any of the seven. And but I do agree with, hey, there should be some decorum, some civility, even though politically there is none. So yeah, I mean, they'll correct me on what I say, but no matter what wrong they do, it's all right by the city lawyers. So at this point in the game, they should be tossed out as well. Politicians not representing the people, lawyers letting them get away with it. They're supposed to be protecting the people. You know, I think it was item 28 today. I'm not sure. Commissioner Court's still going on, but there was a thing where a sheriff deputy is going to be put to guard the schools. Or I agree, someone should. And I guess last Commissioner's Court they said, "Oh, really an awesome guy." He might be. I don't know. I've never met him. Uh, And it was brought up that they're going to be working a 12-hour shift. You know, this is and it, even if I don't like who's going to be put on that duty, uh, I'm telling you right now, around 10 hours, uh, abilities start to slip. I know this from experience. No matter how sharp you are, no matter how well trained, no matter how experienced you are, around the 10-hour mark is when things start to slip. And I don't, again, I haven't met the person. I don't know if they can notice that and be on top of it when they realize they're starting to slip. You know, and it'll be about a month before it starts dragging its toll. A good month, I think it could be done. Uh, I personally didn't last that long when I was doing guard duty. There's a guard duty. What was it? It was like 8 on, 8 off, or 4 on, 4 off. Uh, Somewhere in there. Me and this one guy in this tower, uh, we switched shifts, or not really switch shift. He did a shift, I did a shift, he did a shift, and we did that. We completely lost track of time. We lost track of how many days we were doing that. At times, it seemed like that's all we're doing. And you have to experience it to understand it. At least I don't have the words for it, but it really seemed like a 30 day day. It was just one long monotonous day. But anyway, moving on. So somebody asked me to speak slower. I did. I'm gonna do my best to do that. Uh, Maybe somebody would care. More people would care if I talk slower. I don't know. Uh, but the whole point was, I'm not saying I, what I say one week might not be valid the next. So to move on with what I did say, it was suggested I speak slower. I was talking too fast for myself. Maybe someone could say whoa when I'm going too fast. I only come up here because I think I'd say these things in private and on my YouTube channel. You know what that is. Uh, I come up here because I don't say things in private. I won't say to someone's face unless they're big and scary, then I whisper. Taking my time up here also postpones me coming up here and reading a dictionary or phone book. I would do that because that's 3 minutes taken away. I wrote politicians, I said people, who aren't representing the people. I'll repeat most of my last speech after this one is complete, meaning I take off the STFU. Just this morning, I was warned about the very last part of my previous speech. I shouldn't have said it. I was in the wrong, and I'm not denying it. My issue is the county lawyers will raise issue for that, but allow the county to attempt to bypass court injunctions every few months. Words versus actions. I don't think I said versus actions. There's trying to talk slower, so I'm saying less in the same amount of time. I didn't have time to work it. And then they have issue with words. It doesn't make sense to me, but does to someone else. Moving on. I've been ignored by many in the past, despite only speaking or bothering someone if I have something worth saying. Difference this time is there's an entire county of lives at stake, a fact that won't go unheeded. Another reason I don't fear my government despite its desire for me to cower. I'm attempting to save lives. The current government wants to destroy them. I've been told by various people and politicians, most I've lived here longer than. If I don't like what's going on, leave. I don't run from problems, ones I've created or by someone else. Recently, the county told me I could contribute more. I was stunned. I'm among the last that should be told that. Before the county or city within talks about contribution, they better start contributing to our debt and living costs. Going dark here. Uh, Most I've lived here longer than. If I don't like what's going on, leave. I don't run from from problems, ones I've created or someone else. Recently, the county told me I could contribute more. I was stunned. I'm among the last that should be told that. Before the county or city wants it, within talks to me about contribute. See, going slow. I have time to think, and that's not good for anyone. They better stop contributing to our debt and living costs. I've been attempting to get rid of our debt in a way that will be sooner rather than later and won't raise our taxes to do so, and far cheaper than what's being spent to destroy us. Why don't I act on my claims? I am. When it succeeds, I have no doubt current Wilco employees will ask me I donate to alleviate our debt, while they did nothing. As I see it, my offer to the county is like me having a scalpel. Do I attempt to use it, or do I hand it to the surgeon? Clearly, the scalpel is of better use in the surgeon's hand than mine. The government, local or otherwise, has no place telling me to contribute more. I didn't say this next sentence because I thought it would be pushing it, you know, I, and I'm willing to walk the line, but literally right up to it. But business is going to be a long process and not the maybe a month it should have taken. Uh, I'm just going to walk up to the line. I'm not going to cross it because then, that's around 30 or 30 days I'm not able to go up there and speak. And then, it's like, well, he wasn't here, you know, it'll just be a spiral of bad stuff, and then I'll be almost starting over again. So I'll walk up to the line, but, I don't plan on crossing it unless it's absolutely necessary. Uh, so what I planned to say was dealing with the current establishment makes me feel like I'm trying to get a child to eat their vegetables. I didn't say that, but it kind of is. Here, no, here's the good stuff. It's good for you. It'll be good for us. A healthy you makes a healthy us. You know, but they don't want to eat their vegetables. You know, my hunch is the county wants me to divulge my ideas that'll help the county for free, so the county can take credit for something they put no effort into. Yes, I want to use our funds on solutions. On these solutions. I never said pay me for them. Though the county has no hesitation paying a developer with our taxes, but seems to have a problem when we ask our funds to be used to actually help us. Done correctly, only thing the solutions will cost the county is time. Heaven forbid time be spent to better our lives than ruin them. And that's where I stopped off at a little bit more, but I might not have anything to say next week. I do plan on doing a July special 2, which you already know because you're in the like way future. Probably dust at this point by the time someone watches here. Uh, but that's where I'll go and do a screen capture of the videos I have in the links. It won't be my YouTube video. It should be able to see who posted it, and then I'll do commentary on that. That probably won't be done till this Saturday. So if you happen to watch this, a few more days. Anyway, thanks for watching.